Welcome to another instructional video. Today we're going to be talking about compensation, what that means. And compensation is something that happens in everything, in behavior, in buildings, in physics. And I'm going to be talking more about the muscular side of things and what you can do to overcome them. Because compensations in the long run, if they're not stopped, if you're not aware of these compensations, you're going to have injuries. And I'll just first show you what a compensation looks like. Push-up. I'm in a push-up position. Let's just say I'm in a horizontal position. My feet on the floor, my hands on the floor. I'm going down. As you can see, my scapula, shoulder blades are retracted and down. And at some point, compensation might kick in, so I might roll my shoulders forward. Or, if I'm doing a pull-up, I'm pulling, the pressure of your shoulder blades, and all of a sudden, you can't generate the right force in the prime movers. Prime movers in this case is your lats, your latissimus dorsi, and then you start to roll forward. Or it could be you're doing a deadlift and I'm going down, all of a sudden my hamstrings are tight, or my glutes can't generate enough force, my core is not working the way it should, and I get that lumbar extension where you feel your lower back. These are all called compensations. Essentially, what's happening is your prime movers, the muscles that provide the most amount of force, and that's going to be your chest, that's going to be your lats, that's going to be your glutes, your quads, etc. They are insufficient in the movement, as well as the antagonist, so the opposing muscle, which would be a push-up. My agonist, the prime mover, is my chest, the antagonist is my lats. And because movement is more important than muscle, and the reason behind that is quite simple. Like, if someone is trying to hurt me or if a tiger comes after me, my body will do whatever it can to remain safe. And yet I might not be moving as efficiently as possible. Well, great, at least I'm not dead. Or I'm really hungry, I have to get up that tree and I want to get that pear so I have something to eat so I can survive. Okay, well, if I'm climbing, I might feel my neck or I might feel my lower back, but at least I've got food. So that's why movement is always more important than muscle. But yeah, look, considering that we're doing training, that we're able to improve these movement patterns, I think it would be very beneficial for you to consider, what is my compensation pattern like? What are the areas that are lacking whenever I'm doing one of the basic movements? And, well, I'm not going to say I have the answer. All I can say is I've got a couple of options. And first and foremost is I want you to be aware. Like, that's the first step you want to take. Be aware. Do I have compensations? Where do I have compensations? I'll give you one that I have myself. Whenever I do pulls, so pulling, and I'm fatiguing, this starts to happen. So the muscles that pull up my shoulder blade start to tense up because this area starts to lack. So that's a compensation that's happening with me. So now's the question, how do you overcome that compensation? Well, allow the prime movers to work in a range of motion when they're not strong. So that would be, I don't know, you go for a pull where you fully lengthen that lat, and right as you pull, you push down your shoulder blade, pull it in, all the way in, keeping the tension on that lat till the last moment, and letting it go. Or with a pull-up, it's the same thing. You would first stretch your lat, pull it in until the last moment, not a moment, because that scapula, that shoulder blade allowed to go up, you keep it down. For strength-wise, I would recommend learn to work in your range of motion. So the range of motion that you have, make that stronger. And stop at the very moment where the compensation starts to kick in. Because the stronger those compensatory muscles are, which could be your neck muscles in this case, the easier it will be for your body to move into that position. So that's why awareness and thinking during training is so incredibly important, because if you're not training the right muscles, it's going to be easier in the long run to target the muscles you should not be using. Think about that. If I always train by using my traps, yeah, of course my body's going to go to my traps the next time, because that's where I'm strong. So be aware of your compensations. Learn to find the right tension over the full range of motion. And last, strengthen the proper range of motion that you have. Those three will, over time, help with your compensations. So in the long run, you don't get a